Hi, welcome to Rusty Bottom Workshop. In today's video I'm going to cover the basic things you need to take with you if you're going to be driving across to Europe from the UK. A few obvious things is, since we left the EU, we can't use the GB sticker anymore on our number plates. It has to be replaced with a UK one. Now you can buy stickers that just say UK, and I didn't think of this before, but I did buy some, and I could have just put it over this one, but I decided to get some new number plates. They're cheap enough to make anyway, and as this is the way it's going to be going forwards, it's better than having a sticker over the top of it, which eventually will probably peel off. So don't forget about that. Now the other thing is, because they drive on the wrong side of the road over there, we need to think about light deflectors. Now I did buy myself some nice ones, some proper ones, like these, but I think they're a one-shot special. I think for us, for the UK, on most headlights, you only need that central bit, and it will go in the 7 o'clock position on the headlight. So it's roughly about there. The idea is that light that comes out this way will be reflected back in there and go the other side, so it doesn't dazzle drivers in Europe. Well, that's fine, but me being me, I don't like single-use stuff. I like to reuse things. So what I've done is, you can buy this plastic film. It's actually stone chip film. It's clear film, like you get on cars and certain areas, usually on wheel arches at the back, where they're likely to be chipped by stones as you're driving along off the wheels or whatever. Well, this stuff's really cheap off eBay and places like that. It's a clear film, and can't peel it. The idea is to actually stick that on there instead, and then stick this to this, and then when you finish and you're coming home, you just peel all of it off. You've still got this to use for another time, and then you can just either stick this back on again, or just cut it out and put another one on underneath it. That way you can use this as often as you want. Okay, so a few of the things you need to take with you when you're going abroad, or in fact if you're going any distance, doesn't matter if it's abroad or not. Get yourself a little bag like this that you can put in the car. This thing was from Aldi or something. It was really cheap. And in here, have like a small socket tool spanner set. Extender bar for doing your wheel nuts, so in case you need to undo, take a wheel off. These are usually quite cheap as well, like eBay, Amazon. They're not too bad. Make sure that the socket that you need is exactly the size for your wheels. Also make a note of the fact that sometimes locking wheel nuts are a different size to the rest, so make sure you've got a socket that covers them as well, because if you can't take that off, you can't take your wheel off. I apologise for the noise, unfortunately we're in a main road, sorry about that. Right, you don't want to be dependent on petrol stations for things like pumping tyres up, so I always carry a 12 volt air compressor like this one. These are usually really cheap. eBay, Amazon, even supermarkets sell them now. I think they're about £10 or something. And what I always do is I put a sticker on with the tyre pressures for the car that I'm going in, to make sure I don't need to start looking around for these things. It's already there and I know what it is straight away, and it saves messing around. Now these are really good. They're usually pretty quick. They plug into your power socket in your car. You should have a 12 volt socket or a cigarette lighter socket, whatever you want to call it. One thing I will say is, especially on a long vehicle like this, I would also invest in a extension lead like this for your 12 volt. You want to make sure that the compressor can reach all the wheels from where the power socket is in your car. Not so much a problem on cars, but on a van like this, which is quite long, that can be an issue, and they're quite cheap as well. Spare set of bulbs just in case you need them. high-vis vest for everybody who's going to be travelling, not just for you. I think that's regulations in lots of European countries. I don't think you need to bring a alcohol tester kit anymore, but you better just double check that's still the case in the country you're going to. One last thing about compressors. I discovered these this year. So this is a rechargeable one, so you don't need to plug it into your car. They're actually really good. I think this was about £9. It's got presets already for air pressure. You set it to the pressure you want, clip it on, press OK, and it will go and do it for you without even you sitting there waiting for it. The other thing, it's got a light in there for emergencies, which is nice, and you charge it up with that socket, which can take some time, a couple of hours to charge it up, and that one you can use as a battery pack for your phone in case your phone dies, which is handy to have as a nice little backup. One other thing about compressors, make sure you buy them with a connection like this one. I only ever buy these clip-on connections because the other type are the sort where it's like a screw thread, like on a bicycle, and you're there forever screwing it on, and by the time you've got that on or off, half the air's gone out of the tyre already. So make sure you get that type. Again, put your sticker on the tyre pressure on there just to save you looking for things, because when these things happen you're normally quite stressed or it's busy wherever you are, and you get yourself in a bit of a state, which has happened to me. Sometimes it's better just to make life easy for you. And talking of that, if you've had your car for some time, or you've not had the wheels off for some time, make sure you loosen them, the wheel nuts, and retighten them again at home before you leave. Because if they're on super tight and you're stuck in the middle of nowhere and you can't get that wheel nut off, then you're going to be beached in case of a flat tyre or something like that. Screen wash. Make sure you top up your screen wash before you leave the house, and bring a bottle with you, like an empty bottle of water like this that's got some pre-mixed screen wash. Stronger in winter, a bit lighter in summer. And also it's worth investing in these, which are screen wash tablets. You can get them from eBay or whatever, and they're just like a little fizzy tablet, like you have those vitamin tablets you can buy. Don't drink these, whatever you do, unless you want to kill yourself. And just a little tablet, you can just dissolve it in some water. They take about, I don't know, 10 minutes to fizz out. I've done a video about them, I'll show you the link later on. But they're actually good because they don't take up a lot of space, so you can have a load of these in and have them as a backup. Don't forget also to get yourself a warning triangle. These are quite cheap. You can get fold away ones like this one, which I'm trying to take out the packet while I'm holding the camera. There we go. And they take up less space. I think a lot of cars have got these now anyway, but if you've got older cars you probably haven't. Worthwhile investing in you just in case. Another thing you really need to take with you is a fire extinguisher. I generally go for foam ones. Sometimes they can be a little bit more expensive, but I don't like the powder ones. They just create an absolute massive mess everywhere. A quick word about emissions. Most countries now have got some kind of emissions rules and regulations in place. So it's worthwhile finding out about those. I'll put a link at the end of the video telling you a bit more information about that. But in my case, I'm going to through France and Germany, so I've applied for a German sticker and a French sticker, which you have to have displayed in your vehicle, regardless whether you're going to be visiting some towns or not that may have these restrictions in place. You can get fined if you don't have them on show. The good thing is they only cost a few euros, and as an example, the German one I got when I applied for it, it came in about 4 days, The French one took about 2 to 3 weeks, so bear that in mind if you're thinking about a holiday abroad. Apply for them well in advance. The good news is that once you buy it, that's it. It stays with the vehicle for the life of the car, so you don't need to get another one again. So last few points. Check the car over generally, make sure there's nothing obvious, no damage, nothing making any expensive noises. Expensive noises are normally loud and grumble, you can normally tell. Check all your lights are working, your indicators. As I said earlier, you should have a spare set of bulbs. I think that's legal requirement anyway in most European countries. Check your wipers work, your washers work. Basically, give it like a miniature MOT test, if you want to call it that. But the idea is, if you check everything now, it should be one less thing for you to worry about, and you can just enjoy your trip. Anyway, I hope this is useful for you. I'll leave some links at the end for products and things. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.